Well, hi y'all, it's Jimmy, your native Flor-xan, and today I got a special one I'm going to do for you. It all starts out with smoking some pork chops, but we're not going to smoke them on the pellet grill. We're not going to put them on the barrel pit. We're going to show you something new there, and we're going to serve them with a Poblano pepper gravy. So hang in there, let's get into it. Alright y'all, so it starts out, I've got some pork chops that I put into a brine. And I think I've showed y'all in the past, whenever I put something in a bag, I like to put it in a bowl, putting it in the fridge. But it occurred to me that not everybody's got those briner bowls that I use. So I just wanted to show you, you can do a brine in a bag. Now these have been in the brine overnight. I made the brine up. I didn't want to bore y'all with that, but it was simple. 2 tablespoons of kosher salt and 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, little hot water, dissolve it, chill it down with some ice, throw it in the bag with the pork chops, and here we go. So I'm going to get these out of the bag, get them rinsed off real good, and then we'll prep them to put on the pit. Alright folks, so we got them rinsed off real well, dried them. I'm just going to put a touch of olive oil on each one of them, just to help our seasoning adhere. Now we did have these in a brine with salt and sugar, so all I'm going to add is my house seasoning, because you know, a lot of your seasonings that you buy are higher in sodium than actually what this is. So we're just going to put a little bit of house seasoning on there, and then again, my house seasoning is equal parts salt, black pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. So we're going to hit both sides of these, get our pit going, and get them out there cooking on the pit. Alright folks, so I mentioned we're going to smoke these on the Weber, and what I got is these little baskets here to put your charcoal in, and I've already started. I started lightening that one, and I realized I hadn't filmed nothing yet, but anyways, you don't have to have those. You can just build your fire to this side over here, as long as the vent on the top of your pit is on the opposite direction. So I'm going to go ahead and get these lit, get the grate on there, get it cleaned up, and then I'll show you where we're at from there. Alright folks, just to show you real quick, this temperature gauge, I added to this Weber. It didn't come with one, but we're right there at 225. You can see I kind of got the vent kind of pinched off, but the vent is opposite of our charcoal boxes. And like I said, if you don't have those, you don't have to. Just build your fire to one side. Just make sure that you put your vent opposite of that. But since we're up to temp, I'm gonna go grab them pork chops and get them a cooking here. All right, so here we go. When you place them on here, you just want to make sure you don't place them directly over that fire. Place them on this end here. We'll probably flip them about halfway through. I'm thinking 45 minutes to an hour. And then we'll check them for temp, which we're looking for at least 160 on these. Alright folks, so starting out, I got a half a stick of butter and a tablespoon of bacon grease that I'm just melting down into the pan. And then we're going to make us a little bit of a roux, start making our gravy. Now, when you make a roux, you typically do equal parts fat to flour. So a half a stick of butter is a 1/4 cup. So to this, we're going to add a 1/4 cup of flour as soon as this gets melted down. And then we're not going to make a dark roux. We're just going to kind of brown that flour up just a little bit, kind of like a sawmill gravy, if you will. And then start adding our milk and our other ingredients. Go in with our 1/4 cup of flour, and you start whisking that around. We're just going to let this toast up just a little bit, and then we'll start adding our milk and stuff to make our gravy. As this is cooking, being that we're not making a dark one, I'm going to keep it moving. Just want to make sure that you're not letting any of it sit and sticking to the bottom of your Dutch oven or pan or whatever you're using. So I got my fire real low here because I'm not trying to We ain't making gumbo. Not trying to make a brick roux. We're just trying to toast up our flour a little bit, kind of like you would making a sawmill gravy. So now I think we're going to add some milk, about a half a cup, just to get us started, and then we'll add more to it as needed as it starts to thicken up. It's already thickening up good. Adding a little more heat, so we're going to add a little more milk. Now when I make a gravy like this, you know, I do the same thing trying to make biscuits and gravy. I don't like using water. I know a lot of people use water. They buy them little packets with water, but to me it tastes watery. So I like doing it like this with milk. I may add just a tad bit of water to kind of thin it down, but if I do, it's not very often and not very much. So I think we're doing good right there. Starting to thicken back up again. I'll go ahead and add some of that house seasoning, just to add some pepper and some salt and a little bit of flavor. We just want to get this up till it's got a little slight simmer to it, so we know everything is cooked real good and it's not going to taste like flour. You know, if you have to, add a little more milk. It starts getting too thick on you. Alright folks, so we shut our fire off. Got a nice little bowl. Our gravy's nice and thick. These are some roasted poblano and Anaheim peppers I used in my last video. I'm just going to add them in here. Maybe not all of them, but I just, you know, beat them up in the food processor a little bit, just to kind of chop them up real good. See what we got here. See if that looks like enough. I think so. And so that hot gravy is gonna warm them peppers back up again. I already roasted them. They were in my last video. If you hadn't seen that video, it should pop up at the end of this one. But gravy's off. We got everything in it. Now all we're waiting on is our pork chops to finish up. Alright folks, these have been running about 45 minutes. We're going to give them a temperature check. I'm going to move them around. One of them's done, one of them's got about 5 degrees to go. So we'll let them go another 5-10 minutes. Come back out, take them off, and then get to eating. Alright folks, been about 10 minutes. Let's check them for one last temp. 160. So we'll take them off and get them inside and get to eating. Alright folks, so we're in from the pit. We're gonna try this out without any gravy on it first, just to see how it come out. Now that was mesquite charcoal that I was using, and we'll cut a little bit on both sides, just as kind of. So we got a little bit of a smoke ring to it. That charcoal I was using, you can kind of see a little bit better on that darker meat. So that charcoal I used in there was just some that was left over in the pit, and we're going to give this a taste and see how well we got that smoke flavor in there. So here we go. That's good. That's real good. It's got a good smoky flavor. It's not real strong, but it's good. So got our gravy here. Put a little gravy on here and see how that tastes. All right, so here we go. Oh man, good gravy. That's some good gravy. kind of get that Poblano, but the Manaheims that's in there, you know, which are green chilies, it's got a little heat to it, a little bit of spice, man. It just kicks that up 100%. That is good. That gravy be good on some biscuits. But hey folks, I just wanted to show another way. If you ain't got a pellet grill like what I got, or you don't have a barrel pit, if you got just a regular charcoal grill, it doesn't have to be a Weber like mine. Any charcoal grill, build you a fire opposite of your vent. Put your meat to the other side, close to your vent, and let it run. I use a lump charcoal. I wouldn't recommend using like a briquette charcoal that's got the wood in it, because I don't think you'll get the smoke out of it. It'll taste more like the charcoal. If you like charcoal flavor, go ahead and do that. And another thing I wanted to show you, this is one that I hadn't used yet. They got these smoke tubes. You can get them at Amazon. You fill them with pellets like you put in a pellet grill, and you can light it at one end, put it in your pit, and this will definitely add some smoke to your meat if you try it out and you don't have enough smoke to it. But other than that, Mama just got home. I know she's hungry, so we're gonna get to eating. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.